So I've always wanted to be a stand-up comedian. So you know what? Be the part. So there is no, I don't need I'm loud enough, I don't actually need it to be plugged in, but I'm gonna look like a comedian, even if I'm not funny like a comedian. So my name is Bethany, and I am a soon-to-be graduate of Western. I just actually have to finish the classes, so I can do it. My motivation is draining, but seeing all of the new faces, that's inspiring me to finish strong. At least that's what I'll say. So I thought it would be fun. Well, okay, let's go back a second. Kay knows how to get her way. I would just like to say.
Yes, she does.
She is a dog with a bone, and she does not let up. Hence why I'm standing here right now. So she kept asking me, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, last year I did a rap that I wrote. You are so fortunate that you didn't get to experience it. And so I was like, I can't do the same thing that I did last year. And I was like, well, racking my brain, and I thought, I know. What would be the most humiliating, awkward, terrifying thing I could do? Try and do comedy, because I have never done this before. So I like an adventure. I like to challenge myself. When you guys get to the class there's a class that you take. It is test and measurements. Okay, yeah, test and measurements. So when you get there, there's a whole bunch of tests that you take that tell you how crazy you are. And you're in counseling, so you are crazy. So don't worry, we are all in the same boat. We just all have different types of crazy. And mine is that I have very little anxiety. Like to the point that I'm on the scale of like, what's wrong with you? You know, and I do things like this because it induces anxiety in me, and then I get to experience what the rest of you feel like on a daily basis. And I am so sorry because my armpits are sweating, and I went and put some alcohol on it. Man, that sounds bad. Like hand sanitizer. I put some hand sanitizer on my armpits. It's a great trick, you guys. Like test. Anyway, just saying. So use hand sanitizer when you're in a pinch. It also was like extremely warm for me today. I'm never warm. I'm always cold. But today it was like actually warm in the building. And so not only is it warm in here, which is abnormal, I was also anxious, which is abnormal. So I was just like, in Ken's class, I like actually took my shirt off, and that sounds worse. I probably should have written everything down that I was going to say before I said it, because I have a history of saying things that just don't sound right. So all that being said, I love being a counselor, but it's also really hard being a counselor because you never know what you're going to get. You never know who's going to come in the door. You never know what they're going to say, and you never know the answer, or at least rarely do you know the answer. So most of the time I feel pretty stupid as a counselor, so it keeps me humble. But I like to compare counseling to baseball. So personally, I'm a huge sports fanatic. I noticed somebody who wrote the Blazers up there. Go Blazers, go Timbers, go Thorns. My Broncos are not doing so hot this season, but that's okay. The rest of them are doing okay so far, so I'm all right. And I'm too busy to like actually watch anything at the moment, thanks to grad school. So,
She does have me, friend.
Hey, it's not at fault this year. I mean this semester. I don't well, actually, I don't think I have you next semester either. So that's a sad thought. Oh man, I don't know if I can be funny now. So counseling is a lot like baseball, and this is why I say it's a lot like baseball. So in baseball, a batter who has like a 300-something average in batting is like, they're doing great. Like, good job. Like, you are fantastic. That's like really a crappy average. Like 300-something is not great. That means like 2/3 of the time you're striking out. just like counseling. So in counseling, if 30-some% of your clients are making marked improvement, like, you are doing great. And so, no high expectations in baseball or in counseling. I don't want to compare counseling to football. One, it's a contact sport, and I don't touch my clients. So, that's not happening. Secondly, in football, you have to wear those pads, and I just don't think it would do well for the midsection to be wearing all those pads. And then the shoulder pads. I am not a fan of shoulder pads. Also, why are they back in fashion right now? It's not cool. And then there's the whole hole in the shoulder thing that's going on right now. You guys, I hate it so much that I've decided that I am no longer gonna follow the trends. I'm just gonna do classic style. My bank account also might be one of the reasons why I'm not following the fashion trends at the moment. But no one needs to know that part. So, I love sports. I love baseball. I always wanted to be a softball player. I actually don't know how softball works. I've never played it, but I think I could have played in college, and I actually think I could have gone to the Olympics in softball. And I'm not kidding you. I really believe that. So you can tell me that I'm delusional, and I probably am. And I even looked it up today to see, because I know that at one point they took it out of the Olympics, and I was like, oh man, my sport is no longer an Olympic sport. What would I do? But I checked, and when I would have been in college, it would have been still around. So I could have gone to the Olympics. I could have been an Olympian, you guys. You could have known an Olympian. Alas, I am not the one. You'll have to meet someone else. That was a professional something or other in the Olympics. But I really do like sports. I like softball. And the reason why I think I would have been good at softball is because I played t-ball. And I played t-ball without the tee. So now the first time, I don't know how many of you guys play t-ball, but the first time you get up to bat, you have to use the tee because it's t-ball. And then after that, you don't have to use the tee. So I played 1 year, and I was on the shrimp team. We were all the smallest. We were the rejects and the runts from all the other teams, and we were called the Sharks. And I don't even know if I ever made it on base, but I was good at t-ball. So, I'm just saying, it's my little fantasy world out there of being good at sports. So, the other day, my friend was talking to me about this psychologist that he was listening to on a podcast. Is that what they're called, right? And the guy was talking about all the things that women have lost because of feminism. Well, I started to get a little agitated, and I'm getting into my fighting stance, because I'm getting ready to go, because being in grad school, I feel like I've become such a feminist, which is weird because I'm in seminary, but I'm so I'm getting ready, getting ready to fight him, and if anyone knows me, I am very opinionated, and I have no fear of stating my opinion, whether it's right or wrong. And so he said, actually, Bethany, I was thinking about you when I was listening to this podcast. And I was like, I bet you were, because we've had some very intense conversations about all this kind of stuff. But the thing is I really want it like men. I want to have it like men do. I want to be able to wake up in the morning, to roll out of bed, and to walk out the door and not have to do anything to get ready. I am tired of having to spend 2 hours. Okay, you guys, honestly, I take 5 minutes. I should take stock in dry shampoo because showers are too much to do in the morning. I've actually been known to sleep in my clothes the night before if I really know that it's going to be hard to get up the next morning. My makeup bag is permanently in my car, so I'm that person that's at the light putting mascara on. And I have never gotten in a car accident though from putting makeup on, so first for everything. But I want to have those extra 15 minutes of sleep, and I need them because I am in grad school and I am sleep deprived. I am so sleep deprived that I might be diagnosable in the DSM-5, with which I have a love-hate relationship with. So I think I'm diagnosably sleep deprived, and what that's doing to me is it's aging me. years, and I now look 3 years older than I did when I started. And I'm not okay with that. I want my money back. So grad school has aged me. When I started grad school, I could order a drink and they would card me. And there was nothing better than the feeling of being carded, because you just feel so young. Alas, they do not card me anymore. And I pull out my license, kind of like show it to them, like, please, ask for it. Subliminal messaging, you know, like, and they're like, oh no, really, it's not necessary. I'm like, no, it is necessary. My self-esteem needs you to look at this and make me think that I look like I'm under 26. But I guess I don't. So it just means I need another drink. What can I say? I'm going to be seeing one of you in your offices. So grad school has aged me. Grad school has made me broke. Grad school has made me in debt. But it's great, you guys. I'm so glad you're all here and that you are going to torture yourselves for the next 3 years and do great things with your lives. 33% of the time. I have one last joke, and that was for Norm, talking about diagnosing. I finally decided what it is that Norm has.
Animal magnetism.
Trichotillomania, you guys.